Recording live in the studios of Burt Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Fred production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, welcome back to the Mike Weatherford Show. I'm your host, Mike Weatherford. You know, unsolved murders and missing people, we live in a time now that shouldn't even be a word. We shouldn't even be saying unsolved. We shouldn't say missing. With all the technology we have nowadays, you know, it shouldn't be happening. But it is. It's going on, and we're going to try our best here on the Mike Weatherford Show to help these people that's got unsolved murders and missing people, try to help them maybe, possibly solve that. You know, one little bit of information that you know tonight, if you watch this show tonight, or if you watch it anywhere, we're on all the platforms. We're going to put that up here in just a minute. There we are. We're live, simulcasting live on Facebook and YouTube, Spotify. We're everywhere. Wherever you want to watch us at, we're finally there for you. Go to My Parish TV, or you can go to YouTube if you want to. Go to @MyParishTV. When you get on there, you'll see a link with all the different shows. Subscribe to us right there. It's called My Parish TV, @MyParishTV. Or if you want to go to www.myparishtv.com, that's our website. You can get on there and find all the shows we've got. And when you get there, subscribe to us. Keep up with all the shows that goes on my show and all the sister shows that we run out of My Parish TV and Burt Street Mafia. Watch it. Pay attention, because we try to be your go-to place for all the things we all want to know about. So, like I said, we're going to try tonight maybe to put a little closure to a 20-year-old case. It's an unsolved murder to a young man over here in Antioch, Tennessee. But today is a special day. I believe it is. We got a little banner we're going to put up today. March the 4th is Tennessee Missing Children's Day. It's a day that goes on every year. I think it's Bethany and Muskowski. I think she went missing. Fine Bethany Muskowski. I never could say that name correct. Today is the day she went missing too. So March the 4th is Tennessee Missing Children's Day. So today is the day that we all want to try to help these people that's got missing children or they got unsolved murders in their family. We want to try our best tonight to help these people get it done. And they got a Facebook page. Go check it out. And there's a lot of information on there about these missing children. You know, like I said, in today's modern society, the word missing shouldn't even be in our vocabulary. But anyway, tonight I've got some special guests going to help me tonight. To my right, I've got my good friend. I'm going to start on the right. He comes in here and helps me. He plays a guitar when he's not doing surgery. Welcome to the show, Dr. Lundberg. Appreciate you coming in, Andy.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And my one and only, on my left, my co-host, my best friend from Pepsi Mid-America, the one and only, notorious Ricky Price. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for coming in.
It's always a pleasure.
All right, buddy. Okay, tonight we're going to be talking. I'm going to read you a little something here about what we're going to be talking about on the show tonight. Cole Richard was an 18-year-old boy who attended school at Radnor Baptist Academy, where he played basketball. He loved video games and cars. Cole had been working at GameStop in Green Hills, Tennessee, before taking a job at Game Xchange in Antioch so he could work closer to home. He was robbed at gunpoint while working his first shift at GameX. He believed it was a one-time incident and refused to quit, telling his family he wouldn't let fear win. Then, on July the 16th of 2005, Cole had talked to his sister Maggie on the phone and made plans for him and his girlfriend to go eat at her house. Maggie tried to get him to go ahead and come on since his shift was over. But he said he was trying to get a little bit of overtime, which we don't blame him. Maggie waited about 30 minutes and called again, but his phone went to voicemail. She attempted to call again 20 minutes later and left him a message, jokingly telling him that if he didn't want to come over, he could just tell her. She waited another 20 minutes and called, again, this time getting really upset and holding back tears because she knew that not answering was out of character for him. The phone once again went to voicemail, and she left him a message begging him to call and tell her he was okay. Maggie, his sister, received a phone call from her mom and his mom 5 minutes after she left the last message for Cole. The mom was sobbing, and all she could say was, "He's dead." Metro Police told Cole's family that 3 males between the ages of 15 and 25 had entered the store and told all the customers to get on the ground. Cole was at the register when one of the men demanded money. Cole emptied the register and handed the money over as he was asked. And then the man asked about a new PSP game system that they did not have in stock. The man then shot and killed Cole. After the killing, the 3 men ran outside, got into a dark-colored sedan where they had a driver waiting, and took off. The men were never identified, and the case was never solved. Maggie says, the sister of Cole, says that the family has not even received an update in years. So now, tonight, we've got, zooming in with us, Miss Maggie Lee. She is the sister to Cole Richards. And we also got my friend Amelia Courtney from Murdered LBO Podcast. Welcome, ladies. I appreciate y'all coming in.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks, Maggie. I appreciate you, girl.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
I thank you a lot. So, Amelia, fill me in on what I read there. Is that pretty close to what you've been talking about?
No, I think there's a couple of things that are different than what was written there. There were 2 men, and Maggie can correct me if I'm wrong. 2 men entered the store. The third person was in the getaway car. So there were only 2 men in the store, 3 total.
Right. So
yeah, and so I think
correct. Yeah.
So 2 guys went in and held the people at gunpoint, and he did empty the register, give them the money. Then he asked for a video game player, and he said, "We don't have it," and the guy shot him and killed him. Is that basically what happened, Maggie? I want to hear your story of what happened. Go ahead, Maggie.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we were told. That he handed over the money because he was robbed his very first shift there.
Right. Now,
and so
how long was it between?
He was going through the.
How long was it between he was robbed the first shift until this episode right here happened? How long was time frame between those 2?
It was 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead with your story. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. So what we were told that happened was that he handed over the money because, that's what he knew to do from the first time. And it was, if memory serves me correctly, it was less than $250 that they got away with. That they asked for a new handheld game. It was called a PSP. It was really popular at the time. And Game Xchange was a buy-sell-trade video game store, so they did not really carry new merchandise. They depended on people to trade in merchandise. So because this was new, they did not have it in stock.
Gotcha.
And the guy shot him after he told him that they did not have it.
Just didn't say a word from what you understand, just shot him, just absolutely shot him over a damn video game.
Right, yeah, that's our understanding of it from what we were told.
No way the gun just went off. He just absolutely shot him. Do you have any ideas on any, I don't even know where to start here. That store had been robbed once before, correct?
Yeah, the first time that it had apparently been robbed was Cole's first shift. It apparently did not have a history of being robbed prior to that.
Huh. Is there anything into that? Amelia, do you read anything into that? Him being
the one thing I find very interesting is like when you hear about cases that happen in stores, like I can think back to like the early 90s when Starbucks was robbed, and the Burger Chef case, there's the yogurt shop case. When someone gets killed, a worker gets killed, they usually kill everyone in the store. They don't really leave anyone behind. So that's one thing that really catches my attention, that they left witnesses behind.
Yeah.
I find it bizarre that they killed Cole, especially like she said, over $250. I mean, he just got the money.
What do you think? Could it have been the gun just went off, or you think he pulled the trigger?
I hate to be so crass, Maggie, but if I'm right, he was shot between the eyes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, God. He was shot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. So it was definitely pointed at him, and really? He was shot.
Over a video game. Go ahead, Amelia. What was you reading into this? What are you thinking, Amelia?
Well, there's a couple of things that came out. One theory is that it's a gang-related event, that possibly is gang initiation. You know, like you read, one of the offenders was possibly like 15 years old. So there is a theory out there that it was a possible gang initiation, and then the manager of the store, we probably haven't gotten to yet, ran out of the store after the car, and he had his own gun, and he pulled his gun and shot at the offenders leaving. So I guess the question is whether or not this manager was involved in gang activity at all, and if he were the people that came in his gang or a rival gang, or was it gang related at all? I guess no one really has that answer.
So the manager, there was Cole working along with the manager, and they robbed the place, and the manager run outside and chased down the people that robbed and shot Cole and shot at them. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. And the thing that has always, I guess, perplexed me is the way that the store was set up is there was a case that separated the employees from the customers. So the manager would have to physically jump this case where they displayed video games. So he would have had to have jumped the case with his gun and ran out the building.
This is strange here. I mean, do you think it was a random robbery, just our gang issue? What does the police say? I mean, are they saying it's any what you had no contact in years from the police department, correct? What did
Correct. The working theory when this happened
Yeah.
was that it was a gang initiation. There had been a string of robberies in the area over the course of that summer, but there was nobody else was murdered. There was no other violence that I was ever aware of, and I tracked the stories in the newspapers pretty religiously. I've actually still got most of the newspaper clippings.
Let's go back to Cole. Can I come back to Cole just a minute?
Absolutely.
The school he went to was a private school or the school, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he was not a gang involved or any. He was a good kid, just a regular American kid, just a kid doing what
he was your
American.
pretty average teenager.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So there's no gang related in his history. Nothing. No trouble. 18-year-old, clean record, never been in trouble, or nothing.
What was a big basketball player? So he went to school where he went to play basketball.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
just-
that actually, basketball was a big part of his life, and that's where he met a lot of his friends. His life revolved around sports, video games, and cars. That was
Well, I'm the
He
car
and his
part.
friends
I
did.
got you. I'm with you on the car part. I can understand that. Usually, when somebody gets into cars, they don't never give no trouble because you got no time and earn money to spend on anything else when you mess with cars.
it's all going into the car.
Yeah, it is. But this right here is really a good kid. Got robbed once. There's a picture of him right there. Just a good kid that this average teenager got robbed once. He said, "I'm not going to let fear get in my way." And he went back to work. 3 weeks later, he got robbed again. That store did not have a history of getting robbed. Is that what y'all girls are saying? No history of that store.
That's what we were told.
How long had that manager been at that store? Had he been a long-term manager?
No, not a long-time manager. Retail itself typically is a revolving door, but my guess is he would probably been there a few months.
Okay. What did he say? I don't know what to say to this. This is weird. Doc, what do you think? You've been sitting there listening. It's strange, isn't it?
Well, was there any video taken? Again, we're talking post 9/11. So after all that, a lot of video cams, whether it's the city or small businesses have their own cameras up. They get anything in the area? I mean, ring telephones
the Game
and all this.
Exchange itself. Yeah, sorry. The Game Exchange itself did not have video tapes in the store. There was no CCTV or anything in the store. The only video footage that I know that I was told about from police that caught anything was a nearby parking lot camera. And that is what caught the car driving away. So that's how they know it was a dark colored sedan that I know of. I mean, it could have been from the store manager giving a description, but the only thing I know of from the police said the footage they got was from a nearby parking lot camera.
Did the police do much investigation? Did they? You don't have a lot of information. Did they give a lot of information to y'all to the family, or they just kind of blow it off like just another gang related shooting?
So I believe that they worked it to a degree. I know that they had brought some people in for questioning. I think at one point the store manager said he was even brought in to see if he could identify somebody, but he didn't know who they were. He couldn't identify them.
So he didn't have no. Go ahead. No idea. He'd never seen the people before. The store manager seen all of it. He was there. He didn't know none of these people or anything.
That's what he's claiming. Yes.
Okay, what he's claiming. Now, what do y'all think? There's got to be something else because they're saying claiming. What do y'all?
There's a lot of theories. There are a lot of theories. One of the theories is that Cole was caught in the crossfire between the store manager and the people that came in. There are theories, but I don't know because I've not seen like ballistics evidence. I've not seen autopsy. I don't know. So my big thing is what's the trajectory of the bullet? If that's true, if he was truly caught in the crossfire, is there a way to
That's
tell?
what I was saying.
And,
that kind of makes sense. Was he shot over a video game that they did not have? Or like I said earlier, did the gun just go off, or was he shooting at the other guy? Was there some beef between? Do you think maybe the manager was in a gang related too? Do y'all kind of think that might be some hearsay too?
It's strongly possible. I can't say 100% for certain because I really didn't know him. But it's strongly possible that
is he still around, or is he still
in a gang? The last that I ever heard about him was probably about 18 years ago, and he supposedly moved from Tennessee to Alaska.
Okay.
And there was no background on him for wrongdoings of any sort?
I have no information on.
He had a gun. So my question, in Tennessee, to have a permit in 2000, if I get the year right.
Yeah.
Did he have a permit? I mean, was he behind the counter? He produced a weapon all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So that's
why would he have did he have that gun there possibility because of the last robbery? Was the last robbery a violent robbery? Did they shoot back at that first time when Cole was working there? Did they shoot or have a gun, or just a walk in and hold up? Do you know any of that? Either one of y'all? Why this guy, the manager, would have had a gun? Would you think he was just scared from the last robbery they had, or what? Was he involved in the last robbery?
That was a question I asked Maggie when we did the podcast episode. I said, is that normal? That the manager would just produce a weapon and be able to run a car that quickly? And I said the same thing. Was it because of the prior robbery, or is there another reason this manager just has a gun holstered on him or just ready to go at any given point? I'm just not familiar with how that would work, especially in the state of Tennessee. Is it normal that the manager walks around with a pistol or a gun? Is that a normal thing?
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
Yeah, in 2000, that goes back.
Yeah.
That was not a norm.
Yeah, but he could have been, if he was there the last time it got robbed. It got robbed 3 weeks prior.
Right.
Do you know anything about that last robbery, Maggie? Was it a violent robbery? Did they pull a gun and threaten everybody, or do you have any information on that?
They did pull a gun. Sorry, the noise got funny. So they did pull a gun, and they were held at gunpoint, but nobody was shot.
Right.
Different people.
So
was it different? It wasn't. Don't think it's the same group.
My understanding is it was different people.
Okay. So the guy, that could have been the reason why he had his gun, or it could be a gun. Amelia, what you said in a crossfire kind of sounds more feasible in a way. Been in a cross. That does sound feasible.
Him running out the door with a gun.
Yeah, because why did he chase him down instead of making sure everybody was okay? If something like that happened in here, I don't know. Maybe I would chase. I don't know, but I would think I want to make sure everybody's okay. Why did he run out the door and start shooting at them people? That's not. Is that normal? I'm just asking. Is that normal?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. There's so many things not normal. There was a woman and her young son in the store that were, down on the ground. And I just can't piece together again, like why a shooter would leave witnesses. That's one thing that, I mean, I'm sure everybody that survives is very grateful for that, but that's not the normal when there is like a shooting in a small store like that. And I can't, he was shot at such close range, right in the head. Basically, he was executed, which I hate saying that, but so to me, it seems like Cole was the one that he went to kill. It doesn't sound like to me, it doesn't sound like it was a mistake, but it sounds like maybe it was just an opportunity. And and maybe it was a gang initiation. And then maybe the manager did want to chase down this person. Maybe it was a rival gang, if he was gang affiliated, or it was someone within his gang. But like you said, Mike, I would have thought maybe a manager would have gone to Cole immediately, gone to the customers that were there, make sure everybody was okay. I don't know if they left the building. I would think we're safe for now. Let's check how everyone is.
Here's a question. The place that he was robbed at, was it like a little strip mall? What was the area like?
Yeah, so it was a strip mall beside the big mall in Antioch. So Antioch has a mall called Hickory Hollow Mall that was really, I mean, it was well trafficked. And the strip mall was right beside it.
Dangerous at all? Is the area dangerous?
The area, yeah, it is known for crime.
Okay.
Around that time is around the time it was getting to where, like, I worked at Hickory Hollow Mall at one point, and we were advised as women to not go to our cars at night alone. Like, they would escort us to our cars.
That's a pretty significant
It does
point.
have a history of violence.
That's a very significant point. And I carry a weapon, all right, and I've carried one for years. You just don't know. Now, if I owned a small shop and people constantly coming in and out, I probably would have, in that area, knowing the area, have gotten my carry license, learned how to use it, which you have to in order to get a carry license, and going after somebody with a weapon. I don't know that I would have done that because there's some legal ramifications. Hey, there's a gunshot wound here. You don't go out looking for the gunfight in the OK Corral. I don't know that I would have done that. But then again, I wasn't there in the area, so I don't know what I would have done. Now, to shoot somebody point blank between the eyes, and I shoot a lot, long range rifles mostly, but pistols, that's a totally different animal. And to get somebody right between the eyes, that is not something that the gun just goes off. That is made to happen. He had to have been pointing that weapon at your brother's head, and then when he didn't get the answer that he liked, that's the result that happened, unfortunately. I mean, I can't imagine that. Well, there's no words that can make that any better. But to get hit in the head between the eyes, that seems pretty targeted. Not saying that he was targeted, because most crimes are crimes of convenience, right? Hey, listen, there's a store here. They got some money in it. Let's go ahead and get it. And let's ask the question. And, oh, by the way, this might be a gang initiation as well. All right, get the money. Do your initiation, and you're in with us. And, well, this is just my thought from now. The only other thing that I would say is, is it really the manager that had a problem from the past? Well, that would be easy to look up. You just, do a search on him. And if he had any criminal history, you'd be able to tell fairly quickly. And if he had gang activity or whatever, then you kind of follow that path.
Well, and that's where I'm going with this is I think that, even having this guy that is, he's got a gun, the manager at the store. So that's what I'm thinking. He produces a gun, and I'm still going back to 2000 when permits were very hard to come by. And in 2009, I had a permit in the early 90s, and they were expensive. Yeah. They were very expensive to have a permit in the 90s.
I don't know if it's just come up, but most of the time, I don't know if it's come up or not, but most of the time, murders are committed by people you know. You know that? 9 times out of 10, murders are committed by people you know.
Or more.
Or more. So I'm wondering if that manager may have known them guys and that, the crossfire there, Amelia. That's what I'm wondering. If you statistically, you do more statistics than I do, Amelia. Could that be? Don't you agree that most murders are committed by people you know? Does that make sense?
Well, like
what
the
I'm
doctor said, if he came in with the robbery, he didn't get the answer he wanted, and they said, well, if this is an opportunity for you to join us, this could be. Go for it. No, but maybe the intent was to shoot the manager. Maybe that was the intent. Who knows?
Yeah,
and then
maybe he knew the manager. Maybe that was rival.
And maybe that opportunity didn't present itself, and he just, the opportunity was there. Unfortunately, it was Cole.
Yeah. So. But no, that does happen a lot.
So here's how I would think about it. I mean, if I was nefarious thinking, I'd walk into the room and I'd go, "Who's the biggest threat?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you know that the manager is the biggest threat and has the weapon, why would you shoot the kid that's not?
You shoot who's got the gun.
You have to go after the person who's your biggest threat, and then everybody else drops, and you don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, but that's just kind of, but who knows? Maggie, what is the police? When's the last time you've talked to the police? When is the last time they give you an update? Is it listed over in the cold case files, or they even talk about it?
So, it's been a very long time. Right. It has been at least 15, 16 years since we've heard from them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, it recently came to light that his name was incorrect on his cold case file.
It's the hardest. I don't really do a lot of. I do research, and I called Amelia today and told her what I had, and that's the hardest case to look up and find any information on I've ever run across. The name is some places listed as Cole Richard, some places Richard Cole. There's just not a lot of information out there. Why is it buried? I mean, what's going on here? I don't get this. You got a young guy, a outstanding citizen, just a normal average teenager, never caused no trouble, gets shot in a robbery over a damn video game, and there's no information out there. There's nothing. Amelia's one's bringing it to light, and her and I do these shows monthly, and she said, this one right here, Mike, we got to get it out there. But it's been 15 years since they've done anything. That is sad. Well, there's probably nobody left investigating that remembers it. I mean, so it's nothing.
No, the original detective is long since retired.
Yeah.
That was actually the last phone call that we got was his retirement.
Have you reached out to any private investigators? Or does that just cost too much money? I'm sure not.
No, I haven't. I personally had a lot of healing that I had to do.
Sure you did.
And I recently did that. I, sought a lot of therapy and grief counseling. And that was one of the reasons that I actually reached out to Tennessee Missing and Unsolved, is because I'm ready to put my foot forward and I'm ready to ask the questions.
Is your mother still alive? Is your mother still alive?
My mother is still alive. Unfortunately, this destroyed her.
I know.
She is not her same self. And we have been estranged for 11 years now. Right. So it's absolutely destroyed her.
It destroyed the family. Now, is there any other siblings other than you and Cole? Was y'all the only two? Is that you?
So we are a blended family. Me and Cole have an older half brother, and we've got a younger half sister.
Well, that's still brothers.
Cole and I were. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But Cole and I were full.
Is that you and Cole I'm looking at right here on this picture? Can you see this?
I don't have my screen up to see it, but
there's two.
It might be.
There's two kids holding the bottles, drinking. One in a blue bottle.
Oh yes,
yes. That is something.
So Cole and I we were almost Irish twins. We were 1 year, 1 month, and 1 day apart.
Oh, I'm looking at these pictures right here. That's just a typical family, isn't it, Doc? And Ricky, that's just a typical family.
That's family.
Yeah, just family right there.
That's just family right there.
So there's another picture of it. I don't know. I guess. Are you older than Cole? How much older are you than Cole?
You're not supposed to ask
I'm
that.
1 year, 1 month, and 1 day apart.
So that must not be you holding Cole right there then. That must not be Cole in that picture.
No.
They're getting on to me for asking you how old you was.
tombstone there, Mike, like behind her. So she's got her child with her.
Oh, okay. You seen the pictures?
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Okay. Was the manager up front during the whole robbery, or was he just happened to come up, or do you even know the detail? I mean, I feel like here, Amelia, help me here. There's no information. I mean, we're just grasping at straws here. I feel there's something ain't right about this investigation. They wrote the damn thing off. I hate to say this because I backed the blue, and there's signs on my wall back here that tells you I backed the blue if you look up. But this fell through the damn cracks. Or they just said it's another gang-related murder, and they just kind of forgot about it and went on to writing speeding tickets, what I feel like, because there's no information here. It's something don't smell right on this. You got a kid, just an everyday average kid, 18-year-old, likes cars, working at a video game store, worked overtime. If he'd have got off on his regular shift, this might not have happened. Worked overtime, and then gets murdered, and you have no damn information. You can't find nowhere. Maggie, I'm sorry, but that kind of makes me angry. You know, that your family has to go through. There's no information, Amelia.
I know.
What the hell? I feel like I'm
struggle with
just
the same
grasping. I'm struggling here. I couldn't find even Burt Staggs. You know, he's sick today. He's supposed to be on here with me. He couldn't come up with much. He said, "My, that's just a little. There ain't much information out. Why? What the hell?"
Well, like Maggie said, in the file, his name was wrong.
Yeah.
And turns out there wasn't even a picture of him in the file. So this file, like you said, I think just went. And Maggie told me too. She thinks it's just another case of another crime in Antioch, whether gang related or not. If that town, was known at that time for a lot of crime, maybe it was just another one.
Where is Antioch relations to Nashville? Exactly. Is it south?
It is. It's South Nashville.
That's what I thought. How far is it from? Would you say from Nashville? How far?
15, 20 minutes. I mean, it's right outside of Nashville.
Okay.
Mike, you probably know that the Antioch High School had a shooting in February.
Yeah.
This past.
Yeah, they did. So it was violence back then, gang-related violence. We're looking at 20 years ago. Was gang-related violence bad in Antioch and Nashville back them days? Or was it just getting started, or do we know that?
I think it was probably just getting started because, it wasn't a time that I necessarily lived in fear. You just knew that you had to be cautious.
Right.
I mean, even going to downtown Nashville, it was one of those, I never lived in fear. I just had to be cautious.
Yeah.
And, so Antioch being south of Nashville, you kind of have that overflow.
Sure.
And,
but is the crime?
But even still today, it's kind of known for being a lower income town.
Right. Is the crime still bad in Antioch? Or do you live?
I haven't lived there in some time. I don't know the statistics, honestly.
Do you still live around Nashville now?
I do. I live about 30 minutes outside of Nashville, so I've moved a few towns over.
Okay, I got you. But, this case right here, Amelia, if you can't get me no information, there's none out there if Amelia can't get some information, because Amelia knows everything, about cases. She knows what the hell's going on. Amelia, what am I missing here? What
No, the same, Mike. I tried as well, and there's, like you said, it's hard to get information when his name isn't even right. There's not a picture in his file, and the police haven't followed up with Maggie in 15 plus years.
Yeah.
And as Maggie said, she's been healing on her own, so it's not something that she chased after all these years. But now it's time. Like, now I think it's time that, we all dig in and.
Sure, it's time. It's past time.
Get someone to come forward with some
Maggie, have
answers.
you reached out to Metro and said, "Hey, I want to know what's going on with this case"? Have you reached out to them?
So I have family that has. I personally have not. And again, some of it's nervousness, some of it's just apprehension on my part. But
where do you start? I know you're. Where do I start?
Right.
You're doing it right
Right.
now. You're doing it right now. You got in touch with Amelia. She's going to get you out there, and I'm going to have to try to help you get out there, because I feel for y'all, and I get angry when I'm not an angry type person, but I feel for the family. It makes me angry when there's no damn information. They should at least contact you. Did they ever contact y'all after that? I got to take a commercial break. Don't y'all girls go nowhere, but I got to ask this question. Did they ever contact y'all? Did they just kind of say it happened, we're sorry, never heard another damn word?
No, the detective on the case checked in every now and then. He communicated more in the first, couple of months, and then it was like 6 months would go by, and then a year went by. And then I think the last one, and then it was, basically his retirement.
Is there
So
did they ever have any leads?
I think the only true lead they had was the time that they brought the manager in to question the lineup of people, like to see if he could identify the lineup of people, and he claimed that he didn't recognize any of them.
Claim. That's so that I feel like you don't trust his manager. I can tell that.
He moved to Alaska.
Yeah, you're making me not trust him. Girls don't go nowhere. I do have to take a commercial break because I got to pay the bills. These docs and these Pepsi guys. We're going to put the tip line up, I believe, right? Yeah. If you know anything, or if you think you know anything, we're going to put this tip line up here. Nashville Metro tip line. I'm going to even read it to you. 615-862-7744. I don't care how small it is, what you heard. It may be a rumor, but you call this and tell them this is on the Cole Richard case. This is something I heard, something I remembered, or something you want to get off your chest. Just call this number and help this family. You got a sister here that missed her brother growing up. You've got a mom that just, I'm a father, and everybody in here is a father. If you lose your child, you ain't supposed to bury your children. They're supposed to bury you. So I want you to do your part. If you know anything about this or think you know anything, call this tip line. We're going to have Amelia's line up here next. We're going to take a commercial break. Before I do, my buddy Ricky Price from Pepsi Mid-America has got a nice-looking Yeti right here. I mean, I think it's a Yeti. I don't know what brand it is, but I call them all a Yeti. I'm old school like that. It even says Dr. Pepper on it. All you Dr. Pepper drinkers out there, here you go. Got a football and all on it. Doc, you can't have this one. You're going to buy your own.
It's got to be diet.
Okay. So all you got to do, I'm going to make it easy. All you got to do is be the second caller tonight, and you will win courtesy of our friends at Pepsi Mid-America.
You must be good. You know why?
What's that?
The old Dr. Pepper slogan was 10, 2, and 4.
There you go.
And you took the second call.
That's right. All you got to be is the second caller. We got the number up now, and you can be the winner. And it's even got a bag it comes in. Look at here. Second caller, and you can win. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Watch Magic Mike. Boom.
Charter Senior Living, located at 350 Volunteer Drive, is a premier community for seniors interested in pursuing life, energy, and purpose. We have restaurant-style dining, life enrichment programs, social activities, local scheduled transportation, and a beauty salon. We show respect to our veterans with a wall of honor. Our mission at Charter Senior Living is to enhance the human spirit. For more information about Charter Senior Living, call us at 731-644-9680.
Is your tank on empty? Come to 54 Fuel Mart, located at 1213 A Westwood Street, for the best prices on gas. What about your other tank? The one that is growling? 54 Fuel Mart has you covered for that as well. Check out our fried chicken, wings, pizza, and many other items to satisfy your hunger. On Tuesdays and Fridays, you really need to check out the fried fish. We also have a selection of freeze-dried candies, along with an entire aisle of candy bars and other sweets. Is it raining, or do you just not want to get out of the car? We have a drive-up window for your convenience. We also have dyed diesel for use in your tractors and other farm equipment. We have parking for big rigs, and our business hours are 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Feeling lucky? Well, do you? We have scratch-offs, and you can try your hand and the TN lottery while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart, located at the Westwood Y, Paris.
Chad Cox, PLLC, provides representation in the areas of criminal law, family law, personal injury, wills and probate law. Chad Cox serves Paris and the surrounding area. He does not believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to representing his clients. He reviews every detail of your case to ensure that you receive an assessment that is specific to the unique circumstances in your case. Chad Cox is located at 104 North Brewer Street, Paris, Tennessee. Contact us at 731-642-4446.
Is this a normal sight around your house in the winter? Then when the hot summer sun comes around, is this something you see quite regularly too? If so, AccuAir is your answer. AccuAir serves all surrounding counties with top-notch HVAC techs to get you in the comfort that you deserve. Call Nathan or one of the highly skilled techs from AccuAir. AccuAir also offers BPU-approved financing for all your HVAC replacements. AccuAir is your #1 choice for all your heating and cooling.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
All right, folks, next week, that's Tuesday, March 11th, I've got my old buddy Sean Burkhart. He's going to be live. We all know him. He's the weatherman around here, local storm chaser, Sean Burkhart. We're going to break down all the hype. Have you ever noticed that every time they call for a tornado or storms or whatever, they hype it up like the hell the world's coming to an end, and then it don't happen? Or how about these people that want to broadcast 2 weeks out and tell you that you're going to get 19 inches of snow 2 weeks from today? Is that just clickbait? I'm going to be joined by storm chaser Sean Burkhart. He's got his own weather, Facebook weather around here. He does it. He's going to give us the facts. He's going to help us decide what is true, what's not true. Because I've always said all this hyping up is going to get somebody killed. When you holler wolf all the time or the sky's falling, when it does fall, you don't pay no attention to it. So I think we need to get a handle on that and tell us what's going to happen. Tell us it can be bad, but don't hype it all up. So we're going to have Sean in here. We're going to talk about it. He's going to set the record straight on what to believe, what not to believe, and where he gets the information and why he's pretty accurate on what he does and why he don't believe in all that hype. So tune in next week. That's right here on the Mike Weatherford Show next Tuesday, March 11th, 7 p.m. Don't forget my sister show, Good Bay Paris. That's every Thursday evening on Facebook Live. Go over there, find it right now on Facebook, Good Day Paris. Like them and follow them. They've always got some good guests on there. Here, you even see me. I've been on that show before. Go over there, check them out. Follow them on Thursday evenings, 6:30 p.m., right here on Facebook Live. And also, the other show is the Tennessee Informer. Coming up March the 10th is Poison on the Plate. Is red dye 40 endangering our school children? Tune in on Tennessee Informer with Dave Vance as he talks to Elizabeth Murphy and finds out about the poison on the plate. You know, I wonder about some of this stuff we're eating. I don't know if it's good or bad, but, you know, makes you wonder. You know, we're living longer than we ever lived, but it seems like we're getting more disease than we ever got. So find out. Turn in to Elizabeth Murphy and see what you think. That's going to be on the Tennessee Informer. Don't forget, Springtime in Paris is coming up March the 8th, right out here at the Henry County Fairgrounds. It starts at 9 a.m. and goes to 5 p.m. They got all kinds. The doctor and Ricky both can do their shopping out here because they both probably been in trouble with their wives. So there's something they can both go out there and get. Crafts, boutiques, jewelry, wood decor, and more. Llama Adventure Petting Zoo. Spring mini photo sessions, the kettle corn poppers, the milkshakery. Hell, I might go for that. Handheld food truck, CarMax and food and more food trucks. Chair massages by Elite Therapeutic. Don't forget, that's coming up March the 8th, right here at Henry County Fairgrounds. Starts at 9 a.m. and goes to 5 p.m. and they got 60 vendors. All right, folks, we've been talking with Maggie Lee, and we've been talking to Amelia Courtney. And we've been talking about Cole Richard. This boy got murdered at GameStop back in 2005, I believe it was, up in Antioch, Tennessee. But I've got a winner. I have got to get in here before we go any further. I done looked at my monitor here, Ricky. We've got us a winner. Have we got the winner patched through yet?
Yes.
Well, who we got here?
Patsy Barra.
Well, congratulations, Patsy. What do you think? You have won you a Dr. Pepper Coolie. What do you think about that? Is that not pretty good?
That's pretty good, but it needs to be a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Well, that's what the doc said. You want me to take a magic marker and write diet right above it for you?
That'll be fine.
Hey, what do you think? Is that not pretty good stuff? All you got to do is watch the show and you can win something.
That's great.
What do you think? Ricky always steps up and helps us out. What do you think about Ricky? Is he a good guy?
Yeah, Ricky's a fine guy.
He is a fine guy.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Hey, who's your number one talk show?
Brother went to school together.
Say that again, Patsy.
Him and my brother went
My
to
brother
school
Ricky.
together.
I know my brother Ricky.
Oh, okay. Well, looky there. Keep it in the family then,
I
aren't we?
know my brother Ricky from McKenzie.
All right.
Yeah, from McKenzie.
That's right. Well, Patsy, I appreciate you calling in. What's your favorite talk show?
Mike Weatherford Show.
I appreciate it. They'll tell you in the back how you can get it. There you go, folks. That's all you got to do is just watch the show, be the right caller, and you can get you a Dr. Pepper. We might even give away a free vasectomy from Dr. Lundberg over here. You do them, Doc?
Boy, he put you on the spot, Doc. That's all wrong.
We're going to have to talk to Dr. Betty's and Dr. Mobley about that one.
Did you see the look on his...
I got out of the wiener business a long time ago. Now I'll eat me a wiener.
Yeah. Did you see the look
But it
on
better
his
be on a
face?
bun.
Yeah. I wouldn't go in there, Doc. I was going to leave it.
I told you, listen, I'm going to talk. the way I
I'm
talk.
telling you, I threw that in the curveball at you, brother.
Curveball.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying.
I can't help it. I mean, we're always giving away stuff. I thought, what the hell, that'd be a good one.
Okay.
Anyway, we've been talking. I've been talking with Maggie Lee. She is the sister of Cole Richard, 18-year-old, who got murdered for no reason at all in Antioch, Tennessee. And Amelia Courtney, she's been talking with us. She is a podcaster herself, the Murdered LBL podcast. You need to find her. She's always on top of all this, and she does an excellent job. She really does, and she's really concerned about what she does, and Amelia does an outstanding job. I mean, she does, and I want to appreciate her and Maggie both for coming in. I know it's kind of tough on Maggie. You know, I don't know how she's sitting up here talking about this. I mean, it's the whole family's got to be suffering, Maggie, and I wish there's something I could say or do, but there's no information. I don't know. Amelia, y'all tell me where do you start? How does she start on this, the process to healing?
Well, I think if she's ready for it, Maggie, what I suggest is like you, whichever, what can help you, we talk to some people and find out some more information. Like one question I was thinking about is, did the shooter come behind the counter or was he in front of the counter? Like, I was just thinking about that. Like, it feels like to me, the only information you have is possibly what the eyewitnesses told the police. And beyond that, it sounds like we can maybe see what we can find out, find out some more information.
Has anybody, Maggie, has anybody talked to these witnesses? Are they still around? Do you know their names, the witnesses?
No, I have no idea. I was actually talking to my husband about that, and I said, what I really hope is that somebody even knows who the witnesses are, and maybe they can come back
surely the
out
police
and tell
report
their side of the story.
has that. Amelia, you know more about it now. I wish Burt could tell us that. Can she get that information from the police report, or can she get is that some kind of public knowledge on who the witnesses was?
Well, the Freedom of Information Act in Tennessee is a little bit tricky. You should be able to at least get the police report, but if it's Tennessee doesn't consider any case a cold case.
Right.
You probably know that. Like, if it's unsolved, it's just unsolved. It's not cold. They're always still open until there's an answer. Mm-hmm. But I think you should be able to get access to the police file, at least autopsy and things like that, if that's what you want.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how well you know her, the girl from Justice. What was her name? She's a private investigator. I went mind blank, Amelia.
No.
What's her name?
No.
You're breaking up on me. What is her name? Do you remember? Somebody tell me in the back. Dana, you'll know, or Kevin or somebody. What's that? She's been on my show with Burt that time. Justice Warrior. You know what I'm talking about?
She came on with Monica Button. Is it Michelle? No.
Maybe it is. They'll give it to me in my ear in a minute. But that's who I recommend, because she's a bulldog. She's rough. She gets on something. She don't quit. I'm going to try to get you some contact.
I think.
Do I?
I think it's Melissa.
They'll tell me in the back maybe in a minute. If they're still trying to find a note. But I think it's Justice Warrior. And man, I can't remember her name. God Almighty, I have these brain poots all the time. But anyway, she'd be the one to get on this case and let her see what information she can get you, because if you can find out who the witnesses was, maybe you can talk to them. There might be something that you didn't know, because you was young at that time too, and maybe the information was there. You just didn't kind of comprehend it back then. Rehash it out if you could. And
Right.
how's the family been coping with this all this time? I mean, it's never a day goes by that family's not talking and thinking about this. I mean, how have y'all moved on from this, Maggie?
I can't say that we have. You don't
Yeah, I
ever really
understand.
move on from something like this. It, like I said, it destroyed my mom, and unfortunately, it ultimately tore her family apart. And it's just, I was telling Amelia, this has been my identity. This has been my entire adult life
Yeah.
is, mourning my brother and figuring out what can I do for him.
Right.
And one of the biggest things that I do is I just make sure his legacy lives on. I named my son has his name. And we go to the cemetery and they learn about Uncle Cole. And
Yeah. Well, the sad part is, I wasn't going to say this, but I have a grandson named Cole. My grandson is named Cole Morgan. And, when I hear the word Cole, that's the first person I think of, and that's named all night long. And I would not, I don't know how I could handle something like this happening in my family. I mean, I don't know how the family moves on. I don't have the answers. But it's very, very hard. Rick, Doc, what do y'all think about this?
Closure, you never get closure because at the end of the day, they can't find out who done it. I get the files. There's got to be something in the files.
Yeah.
Even the witnesses, even when they brought the guy that was supposed to be the store manager there, they had to have witnesses. Somebody.
I would reach out to him.
I'm just saying,
If I could
there's
find-
just too many unturned stones right now in this case right now.
There's no answers, Doc.
Well, first thing I would ask, and I kind of mentioned this over the break, was do they have the projectile from your brother?
and I don't have the answer to that, honestly. I mean, I've not
ballistic
seen
should
an
be there.
autopsy report or anything.
And here's why I ask that, because if this truly was, a gang initiation, serial whatever it is, you're never going to find the person on one event, all right? Because it was a crime of, hey, it's there, we'll do it. There's no connection between anybody.
Yeah.
So if the bullet's there, then it's traceable back to the gun that the kid had, okay?
Yeah, I
so
got you.
was the gun used in any other crimes in the future?
Right.
That's what I would look at, the ballistics of it, because then all of a sudden you have a path of where this weapon has been. Now, if it's gone, if they threw it in the bottom of Antioch Lake, I don't even know if that's a lake, but if there's something close by that they threw it in, or a quarry or something, it's gone forever, and you're never ever going to know. And then it becomes, how do you clean yourself of this? I mean, unfortunately, my entire adult life is dealing with death and how I can repair people, at least for a little while longer as a surgeon. It sounds weird. I mean, I jerry-rig people back to health. And I hope I do it long enough so that we can gain more memories every single day. And when things aren't good for patients, whatever it is, if they get shot, and I've dealt with that, or they're in car wrecks, or they fall off a building, or they have an aneurysm, or have cancers, whatever. I mean, we each have these ways of kind of dealing with death as a family, looking out like you or all of us, because when we're young, we see death as a child, and we go, well, we think at some point, gosh, I hope I just go quickly. And that's important here in just a second. I hope I go quickly. I don't want to be in pain like Mamaw was when she was passing away from her lung cancer for 5 months and short of breath. She couldn't even get out of bed. Now, we as the family, and we're humans, we want to keep our things. and our people are our things, and we don't want to lose them, even at the expense of potentially them suffering, because we're going to suffer. Now, if it's any consolation, which it's not, but I've said this plenty of times, the quickest way to go is the best way to go for that person internally. It's the worst for us watching it.
Yeah.
But it's the best for the person. I mean, if you're in a plane wreck, you hope that it happens on the runway and you're all gone immediately.
Yeah.
Or you get shot in the head, or you crash and you didn't even know about it, or you rupture an aneurysm and you're gone. I've seen things worse than death, and they are miserable. So
the family is the one that suffers.
The family, it's hard. It's hard to get those mental images of suffering out of your. I never said goodbye, and this is why I tell people: listen, guys, you have no idea what's going to happen when we walk out that door.
Right.
You have no idea, and you have to say goodbye, and you have to be prepared every second of
my
the day.
dad always told me, try not to go to bed angry.
That's right.
Because you might regret it, But it's so sad that this girl has grown up without her brother. They missed the best parts of their life together by some damn thug robbing a store and taking him away from her.
Robbed so quickly.
He's so quickly from her. And that's the sad part is she has spent 20 years of her life without her brother. I've got a brother that's passed, but I was real young, and he was real young when he died before I was ever born. But can you imagine what she's going through? I have a sister, and you've got brothers. We all do. Look what she missed there with that brother.
Here's what I would make a recommendation. Hey, Kevin, do we have that picture of the two toddlers laying on each other with the little bottles?
Yeah, it was right there.
Okay.
Right there.
This is the image that I give to all my patients.
Right.
Listen, you can't remember the bad things that happen in life. Yeah. That's going to burn you.
Yeah.
This is what you remember, and they were happy, and that's how you have to remember somebody. That's how you have to remember somebody right there.
Precious memories.
It is. That's precious memories. I wish you could see that, Maggie. That is such good pictures right there. I hope I think they are. Amelia, you can see them. That is her and her brother, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good pictures right there. That's precious right there. But Maggie, I wish I could do something, but we don't have no information. I couldn't find any. But honey, I want you to know I'm really thinking about you, and I'm praying for you, and I've got it just bothers me that there's no information. I can only feel for you, honey. I hope you realize that. I really do hope I could do something. But I want the viewers out there to look at this poor girl right here. You can see her. If you know anything, or if you've heard anything, I don't care what it is. I don't care. Maybe in that 20 years ago, you was in that lifestyle, and maybe now you're not in that lifestyle no more. And if it was gang related, help this poor girl and her family. All you got to do is put them lines up, put all them tip lines up there for me, Kevin. Call the Metro tip line right there, 615-862-7744, and let's help this poor girl right here close this out. I mean, the family it's tore this family apart. You heard her talking about her mother, and you got a girl sitting on her. That just kills me. It bothers me. I'm a big old gruff guy, but I can't stand to see these poor people suffer like that. And put Amelia's up there too. They might want to do Amelia's easier. If they don't want to call the police, we're going to put another place you can call right here. They'll find it, and they'll put it up there in a minute. But Amelia, anything else you want to add to this?
I just want Maggie to know that if she's ready and when she's ready, we'll fight. We'll get anything you need. And
yes.
Burton and everybody, we can definitely get some files that you need, and we'll start from there. We'll start and we'll fight through it all. So
Maggie, anything else you need from my show, all you got to do is reach out. And honey, I wish we had more information, but you know what we did tonight? We got to talk about your brother. We got to bring it to the forefront. If we didn't, it ain't buried. It's still out there, because we're going to make damn sure of that. It's still out there, and you keep doing what you're doing. You hear me? You keep doing what you're doing. And don't give up. Because I guarantee he wasn't to you, because I can tell y'all are good people. You know what, in the South, you know what good people mean, right? You know that word. Amelia, yeah, we're all good people.
That's it.
That's what we did. And I can tell your brother was a good person. There's some guy that they put on my monitor here where somebody was his scout leader, said he was a real good kid, real calm, easygoing, laid-back kid. And he was taken way too early. There's no, he could have been a president one day. I mean, you don't know what he could have been. We didn't have a chance to see. Maggie, I'm sure there was times you'd like to kick his butt, but
As siblings do.
We always do. But he would have made you happy. I could tell, but look at that young guy right there. He liked cars. What the hell could be wrong with anybody that likes cars? That's what I do. I'm a car nut. I'd work on for a living. But anything.
I think Maggie has made him proud as well. Like she has a family, and I think he is very proud.
She is very proud of you, especially when them Coles. Remember, we got a little connection here. I've got a grandson named Cole. That's not a real. It's common, but it ain't real common. So it's kind of strange that I have a grandson named Cole, and you got a boy named Cole, and your brother was named Cole. So hey, the name's still out there. Anything I can do on my show, Amelia can get a hold of him, or you can get a hold of him. I'm easy to find. Anything. If we all know Burt Staggs. He called me a while ago with some information that I didn't know nothing about, nothing to do with your show. Just surprises me. Amelia can tell you what Burt can find out. Is it not surprising sometimes, Amelia? Burt Staggs,
he's pretty good. He can dig some stuff up. So.
He can dig some stuff up. And he's a good friend of mine, and Amelia's friend too. We're going to reach out to him when I get done. He's supposed to be in here tonight. If he's here, I'd put him on the spot. So I'll pick up my phone here in just a minute, and I'll call him, put him on the spot, and make him get you that information, because he just knows how to go through it. He knows all the people. At least get you a police report, get you some information, maybe some names. And I'm going to suggest you have Amelia help you. I don't think you do this by yourself. I think you get Amelia to help you, and you reach out to these people, those witnesses, and maybe that store manager, and just find out what they got to say. Amelia, do you agree with that? That's where I would start. I think Amelia's perfect at that, because Amelia's a bulldog too. Now, I don't think she's just not a pretty face. She's gruff too. She can get after it. Because I've talked to her on the phone. You have too, Maggie. You know what I'm talking about. She's kind of a bulldog. She gets to hold that bone. She ain't going to let go, and she's passionate about it. Amelia, I appreciate you, sweetie.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks so much for having us on.
I thank you. Maggie, Godspeed. We're thinking about you.
Thank you.
Right.
And anything we can do, let us know. And we're not going to let this forget. We're not. You can't let it forget. It's got to go on. But I'm going to tell you that it is the hardest case. I don't do much homework on these shows because I don't want to get it in my head, all the questions. That way I won't ask none. But that one right there was tough to find anything on, because I had texted Amelia, and I said, is he Cole Richard or Richard Cole? Remember that, Amelia? When I because I run into the same thing. The name's mixed up. And when you just Google it, it don't come up much. I found a lot of my information off of your website, off of your Facebook page, excuse me, Maggie. I found a lot of my information off you. You're doing more than anybody else out there. And you just keep doing it. And we thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. Amelia, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, there we go. We had Maggie Lee, Amelia Courtney. We was talking about 18-year-old Cole Richard. He was killed in Antioch, Tennessee, in a robbery at 18 years old, a senseless robbery. He was just working, probably trying to get some parts for his old car, going to fix up, working overtime, and got senselessly murdered for no reason at all. Somebody walked in there and shot that boy right between the eyes. There's no leads. There's nothing. It's a cold case, a dead-end case, but somebody somewhere knows something. Nothing happens without you knowing about it. So if you know anything or if you've heard anything, put them tip lines up one more time, Kevin, while I'm talking. Call it in. Maybe maybe there's a lifestyle you used to lead, you don't want to lead no more. It'd be good to talk about it. What do you think, Doc?
Yeah, I agree. I'll say this. I know the family has to live with it.
Yeah.
But the person who did it,
I
can't imagine that's easy.
No.
I mean,
they're older now.
That's going to be a PTSD that they're going to have to live with. And regardless
You're right.
If he comes to justice in this world, at some point he's going to meet his reckoning.
That's what I was meaning. Maybe there's a lifestyle you used to lead that you want to get off your chest.
That you can't go to bed at night and feel good about yourself for doing something.
No.
I mean, that's got to be an awful
If he
memory.
was 20 years old, 15, 20, they're 35, 40, you go through changes in life. Ricky, when you get older, you regret things. We've all done it.
He's gonna regret. And if he's done other things in life, and if he's incarcerated, it may change him. He may come to the front and say, I did this in Antioch.
Or somebody, if it was gang-related, guys, if it happens to be, we don't know. That's what's sad is she can't get no information. That's what's sadder.
This will come out one way or another.
It will.
This will come out because in the old world, ain't two ways two people keep a secret. One got to be dead.
That's right. That's right. That's what I said. The tip line's up. If you are part of this deal and you're older now and you want to change your life, call them and tell them. If you've heard something, you had a friend of yours tell you something, it's anonymous. Nobody know who you are. Just call that number. You've seen this poor Maggie. She's struggling. The family's struggling. Let's help them out. All right, folks. That's a sad one, wasn't it? There's no information. That's what's so sad.
It's a tough one.
That's the toughest one I've ever did. Me and Amelia did a lot of them. This was the toughest one with no information. Most time we've got lots of information, stories leading up to it. This poor girl had nothing. No information. Can you imagine? No, I can't imagine it. I appreciate you, Rick.
Mike, it's always a pleasure.
It is, man. It is. It is. Doc, what do you think? First time you've been here with me on the show, how you like it?
Well, no, wait a minute. I was here before.
Yeah, but you was a guest then. This time you ain't a dang guest. You part of it.
You're in the mafia.
I guess I'm part of the regular crew.
You're part of the crew.
Have me back.
I will. It's pretty interesting.
Listen,
If
get me
you
get
got
me on
your
a
chip,
more up.
If you got your chip.
Not on me.
No.
I don't want to lose that thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I've got my chip.
I thought I already gave him one.
Yeah, I got a chip.
I know mine exactly. I can walk to
everybody.
my house.
That's right.
Will it work at Harris?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, folks, there you go. This is one of the hard ones I've did because there's no information to share out there. This poor girl didn't know nothing. She didn't have any information. There's no information out there, and the police haven't reached out to her in 15 years. I mean, and she's getting older now, and she's wanting to settle this, and the family's just tore all up. She said it's tore her family up. I can only imagine. I don't want to imagine, but it's been hard on the family. It can tear a family up. Don't forget, next week, March the 11th, I've got Sean Burkhart coming in. We're going to find out about all this hype. Every time we got a storm coming in or whatever, hell, they hype up like it's going to be a nuclear war coming on. Is it all just to get you to click on them and get that share button, or they really think it's going to happen? We're going to find out because Sean's going to break it down to us and tell us what you can believe, how far out you can really get a forecast, and he's going to tell us the truth and separate it from the hype. That's coming up next Tuesday, March 11th, right here on the Mike Weatherford Show. Hey, I want to thank my guys in the back, Kevin Keel, Scott Norwood, Billy Busey, and Dana Allen. Without them, I couldn't do what I do, is sit here and just look pretty, I guess. What do you think, Doc?
Doc, you want to do surgery?
Yeah.
Wendy said I looked pretty when I was sitting here. She didn't
okay.
say anything about you.
My name didn't come up yet. Wendy's probably the smartest one in the bunch. And I want to congratulate Patsy Barrow. She won her a Pepsi tumbler, courtesy of my good friend right here, Ricky Ply from Pepsi Mid-America. He's always stepping up and showing out. And he's a good friend. He's all of our friend. Everybody knows Ricky. He's a good guy. And we want to tell you how much we appreciate all you do
you, Mike.
and doing what you do.
If it wasn't for you doing what you do here and forming a community just like this, this is Mike Weatherford. This is what you do best, right here. Besides being a mechanic, too.
Yeah, well, I do mechanic work, too.
Okay,
but, there's just a need for this. What we did tonight, we all in this old world together. We all, no matter what. We're not going to leave here no different than anybody else. We're all going to leave the same way. And if we can help one person in our life, like this poor girl right here, I feel for him because, I'm just a common guy. If we can help that one person get that sob to help that family, you do a lot of helping families, Doc. You do. You save lives. you understand what I'm trying to say. If you can just get that person through the magic of your hands, if you can get him another couple of years alive, that's what all it's about, man. So that's what I'm trying to do without a surgeon, without a scaffold. I'm just trying to help these people, because we're all in this old world together, and it takes all. It takes surgeons, it takes mechanics, it takes talk shows, it takes Ricky Price, it takes us all. Let's be good to our neighbors. Let's just try, let's try to be a little different in our life. That's what I said.
Right.
If you was involved in stuff back years ago and you change your heart, well, help his family out. Let's all help out. But it's been fun. All right, folks, tune in next week. Same time, same place. Y'all got to help me now. And like I always say, don't be late.
The Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live in the Burt Staggs Mafia Studios, downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Burt Staggs Mafia production.